epitome of cool and indisputably one of the greatest guitarists in the history of rock and roll. His best-selling memoir, Life, was recently released in paperback. It is the best read. You guys got to pick this up. It's my great honor to welcome from the Rolling Stones, Mr. Keith Richards! Fantastic.
Sit down, make yourself at home.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on for Marley Week.
Oh man, but how could I miss Bob?
You had to, yeah. Did you ever? You must have hung. You've hung with Bob Marley.
Not a lot, but I tell you, the first time I met Bob was we were doing a gig somewhere, and we were in the dressing rooms, and I was looking to say hello.
Yeah.
And so I was looking around, and I smelled this incredible smell. It was like fish and rice and stuff.
Oh, it's fish. Okay. That's surprising. Yeah.
Until I opened the door, and I realized that there was some herb involved.
Yeah. It wasn't oregano, was it?
No, it wasn't. No. Oh, rosemary.
No rosemary either, no. But it made the fish taste so much better.
I know.
I'll have 2 servings, please. Yeah. Last time you were here, we were talking about you have this place in Connecticut, and you took a lemon from Whole Foods, and you planted the seed, and you actually have a giant lemon tree, and it's making these giant giant lemons.
They're enormous.
It's insane. They're giant. And then so I met you at a party, and you came up. I said, "Keith, good to see you," and you handed me one of these giant lemons, and it was the coolest thing ever. And then maybe about, I say 2 months ago, I got a box in the mail from you.
You got it, huh?
And yeah, thank you so much. Here it is. You gave me another lemon. Look at these giant lemons. 2 Jimmy, 1 more. Keith. And I remember you saying, they're like the size of grapefruits. And I go, yeah, I know. And this thing is giant. So I actually have a present for you. My friend Mario Batali made you preserved Moroccan lemons out of your lemon. Look at this thing. It's like bay leaf in it. Look,
I gotta get there.
Yeah, I mean, this is so. Well, look at this. This Sharpie is still on where you signed it. So I hope that. I don't think you're afraid of any ink or something. It'll go down. Yeah, exactly. But you cut this up. Batali told me that you cut this up, the lemon. It's good now. It'll be better in a week, and it stays for a whole year. But you cut it up in pieces.
I don't have that much time.
You know what? Just have it after the show. Yeah. I was reading this book, because I know you're kind of a foodie. In this book, you talk about there's a shepherd's pie thing that's very funny to me.
My gourmet portion.
Yeah, exactly. The gourmet portion of the book, where apparently when you're on tour, no one's allowed to touch your shepherd's pie.
No, nobody's allowed to bust the crust.
The first slice has to be your slice. Yeah.
Murder and mayhem go down if somebody's been in there before me.
But you turn now it's kind of a joke, right? You don't really care now.
No, not really that much. No.
I love shepherd's pie.
I love instilling fear in people.
yeah, exactly. Why not? Come on, you can. But I mean, this book. I mean, last time you were here, it was just about to come out, and gosh, was it a hit?
Yeah,
I mean, congratulations. I mean,
totally surprised myself.
It did, yeah. But did you think it would be this big? I mean, you got crazy great reviews on this.
I know. Everybody thought I'd bought the New York Times.
What did he do? Yeah. But I mean, gosh, you got great reviews, and it's such a fun book. It's so many fun stories in there. I mean, any Stones fan, any fan of music in general, will love this book. But I love it just reading about like the whole Stones, Beatles stuff, and you know, you always hear all these stories, but to hear it from you, it's such a different thing. You're like, oh, really? Like, did you hate each other?
No, I mean, it was totally the opposite. And also, like, we were the only sort of 2 things really happening at the time. We would, like, Paul or John would call us up and say, we've got a single, you know, we've got Day Tripper, but it's not mixed yet. And we said, well, we've got Paint It Black finished. And so we said, okay, you go first.
I mean, that is amazing, because you always thought, like, you know, like, oh, they don't talk, they don't like each other. Like,
yeah,
the Rolling Stones, the
I
bad
understand how people can, like, see things as a competition.
Yeah.
But amongst yourselves as musicians and as people that are making records, is that, hey, why clash?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's work together and be, It's pretty wild. I mean, and there's a picture here that's in the book. It's you and Paul McCartney in 2005 just hanging out in Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. When we get the spare time.
Yeah. Did you ever record together? Ever think of doing an album together or anything?
The thought is there. The actual deed is still to be done.
That's such a legendary thing to say. The thought is there, but the deed is actually have to be done. But there's great pictures in this book. I mean, this car, boy, you love it. Blue Lena?
Blue Lena.
Come on, look at this. A Bentley, from what I know from the book, is a Bentley car.
I still got it.
You still have it? And it's made out of, like, German war parts.
I wouldn't go that far. That was another car that I crashed.
Oh, it was a different one, yeah. But this guy...
I named this one after Lena Horne.
Yeah, so, but boy, oh boy, did Lena Horne hold a lot of drugs in this one. This is a very. I mean, you hit a lot of stuff.
It's got a large trunk. Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic. And then this one I just love because this just epitomizes rock and roll. You coming off a private plane. Look at this. You have one button buttoned. Bottle of Jack Daniels. 3 limo drivers. Clutching a bag.
It's only rock and roll.
I mean, come on. That is just fantastic. It's such a fun read. I was also got the audiobook as well, just because I'm also a fan of Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Does a nice thing in the book. Great job reading. That guy's such a cool dude, isn't he? I mean, you guys hanging out together must be insane.
Yeah, I saw him on Saturday.
Did you really?
Yeah, we just did the premiere for Pirates. You know.
I mean, you got the new Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, you were in the last one, and I had to say, in the movie theater I saw, it crushed. I mean, people went nuts because they didn't expect you to be there, because he's kind of doing an impression of you, right? He asked you for permission. For his Jack Sparrow character.
Johnny can get away with murder, you know.
Yeah, he can just do whatever he wants.
I think I taught him how to walk around a corner backwards or something like that.
Oh, really? Yeah. You never...
I'm with that, you know, that hand thing.
But then the hand thing, too. I love that. I love that. He took that, too. He seems like a great dude. Now, is your part... Is the part meatier in this one? Is it bigger part in this movie?
It's not particularly longer, but it's more of a conversation between Johnny and myself. You know,
father and son.
I set up, you know, what's going to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell him what you're going to need, you know, how it should be done, and then I disappear.
See, well, that's going to crush when I see it. I can't wait to see. We actually have an exclusive clip of the movie right now of Keith Richards and Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Here's the actor, Keith Richards, everybody.
I heard you're putting together a crew.
If enough people keep saying it, it must be true.
I heard where you're headed. The fountain.
Have you been there?
Does his face look like it's been to the fountain of youth?
Depends on the light.
Son, the fountain. There'll be items required for the profane ritual. 2 chalices.
On the map, there was a chalice.
2 silver from the Ponce de Leon ship. We'll need both.
4.
The ritual. Don't be a fool, Jackie. The fountain will test you. Mark my words.
Yeah, come on! You're killing it. You're killing it. Hey, more with Keith Richards when we get back, you guys. Come on. I'm hanging out with the one and only. My man Keith Richards here. His new book is out in paperback, Life. I have to ask you, a lot of people are asking, do you think the Rolling Stones will be working this year?
I'm trying to nail them down, but I don't want to crucify them, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Because I just visited you, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. You were in the studio. Do you do this a lot? You just go out and just like noodle around the studio? Because you just...
Well, I got working with Steve Jordan.
It's amazing.
With Expensive Winos, and you know when inspiration hits, yeah. You know?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Is there a new maybe Expensive Winos record? Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah?
It's starting to blossom. You know?
I mean, I don't want to say the songs we were doing, but God, it sounded phenomenal. It was great that night. I was like just sitting there blown away, like, oh my God, like someone had to come and like close my jaw. Like it was like
there will always be somebody to do that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. Now when we were at the studio, you told me a joke, We were telling jokes back and forth.
Oh, right, yeah, we were. We were flinging a few, right.
You were much funnier than I was, but I tried. But do you remember that